मुद्दा दे अज दे एपीसोड विच साडे दर्शकों का फिर स्वागत है जी। और अज असी जिहड़े इशू ते तुहाडे नाल डिटेल च गलबात करनी है, इशू बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, खास तौर पर साडी कम्यूनिटी के लिए इस वास्ते क्योंकि असी पंजाबी जिहड़े हैं एक मार्शल कम्यूनिटी नूं बिलोंग करते हैं। उसके बावजूद जदों असी अमेरिका वर्गे मुल्क च आए हैं तो इत्थे दी फोर्सिस दे विच रिक्रूटमेंट च साडी अपनी गिनती बहुत घट है। सो इफ यू लुक एट न्यूयॉर्क, NYPD इज द लार्जेस्ट पुलिस फोर्स इन द वर्ल्ड. It's the strongest police force in the world. If New York City itself was a state or a state country, this would be among the top 20 armies in the world. There is a huge opportunity for work in New York Police Department, which the Punjabi community till now has just started exploring. So in studio we have two special guests who are going to talk about how you can get into New York Police Department, you can serve with the police force, which is the largest and the strongest in the whole world right now. So let me welcome Lieutenant Eric Sandseth. Lieutenant, thank you very much for your time.
All right, thank you for having us. My pleasure.
These gentlemen are very busy, so when they come to our studio, we're going to take a lot of their time to make sure that you get a lot of information. We have Traffic Agent Elliot Figueroa here. Mr. Elliot, thank you very much for your time again.
Thanks for having us.
And क्योंकि traffic agents दियां recruitments खुल रही हैं, उहदे बारे असी गल करनी है. Before that, I would like to know from Lieutenant Sandseth. Lieutenant, New York Police Department has grown huge over the years, and it's grown a lot versatile also. We see a lot of people from different communities which were not there, say, about 10, 15, 20 years back. So what's the policy regarding recruitment now?
Well, we want to reach out to diverse communities across the city. We want the police department to reflect the city that it serves, and in doing so, we've reached out in recent years to various different communities that we may not have been to in the past.
All right. So when we talk about New York Police Department, if you want to talk in numbers, is it 30,000 people there in the force?
Well, there's 35,000 uniformed members of the service, which is police officers, and then supplemented by civilian employees, approximately 15,000. So that brings us to roughly 50,000 employees, uniformed and civilian together.
It's the biggest force, as I said earlier. So when we talk about recruitment, how many avenues of work or employment are there if we talk about different streams? Any idea?
Well, there's over 200 titles in the agency as a whole.
So all are different streams of work?
All different forms of work. I mean, we have police officers, we have traffic agents, we have school safety agents, we have plumbers, attorneys, mechanics, various different lines of work to suit an individual's skill set. We're right now offering an exam for traffic enforcement, which is the position that we're offering right now. But the other positions, they do come and go as the needs arise, yes.
So as far as traffic agents की जड़ी गल होनी है, असी इस नाल इस traffic agent खुद मौजूद ने. Okay, Mr. Elliot, what I want to know from you is, okay, we're gonna talk about the recruitment process also. Why should being a traffic agent be attractive to somebody? It looks like a very tough job.
From my experience, if you're a people person and you feel like you could be an attention service to the community, then this is a great job for you. And our main objective with this job is to keep the traffic flowing.
And to keep the traffic flowing in New York City, which boasts of having the largest concentration of people, largest number of vehicles within one particular city, and probably the largest number of commercial vehicles also. Am I right?
Right.
So how's the experience like working on streets?
We work out there with all inclements of weather. Without us, the city will be in total chaos. That's for sure. And with the heavy population that we have in New York City, we play a very vital role in keeping the city function.
दूसरी गल जी ट्रैफिक एजेंट थोड़ी हेल्प करते हैं जे तुसी मेडिकल एमरजेंसी दे विचों ओदे विच भी वो थोड़ी मदद कर रहे हैं, तुसी राह भुल्ले होए हो ओदे विच भी थोड़ी मदद कर रहे हैं. और न्यूयॉर्क दे विच ट्रैफिक एजेंट बनना ਇੱਕ ਚੰਗੀ ਟ੍ਰੇਨਿੰਗ ਦਾ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਆ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਥਾਵਾਂ ਤੇ ਇਦਾਂ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਨਿਊਯਾਰਕ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਆਫਸਰ ਸੀਗਾ ਜੇ ਉਹ ਆਪਣਾ ਸਟੇਟ ਚੇਂਜ ਕਰਕੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਹੋਰ ਸਟੇਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਉਹਦੇ ਟੈਸਟ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਲਏ ਜਾਂਦੇ as far as I know few people who left NYPD and they went to some other state and they wanted to get into the force there the force didn't ask for a new test because they knew they are from NYPD so they are perfect there so how's the training for a traffic agent?
Well, it consists of teaching you how to write tickets properly, knowing and getting familiar with the rules and regulation material of the street signs that are posted, and aside from that, there's also promotional opportunities where you could move up to become a level 2, which that's what I do.
Okay.
And our main objective is to stand out there in the intersection and making sure traffic is flowing right and just keep it moving along and ensuring the safety of the pedestrians when crossing the street. And then after that you have level 3s where their main objective is to tow vehicles, you know, that park vehicles that have accumulated a certain extensive amount of unpaid parking tickets and they would you know get their vehicle towed, or if there's any type of major event happening like parades and things of that nature.
Oh yeah, those are very important.
Right. We don't tow them away necessarily. We just relocate them. And then you have level 4s where you could be the help unit where, for example, if your car is broken down on a major highway, you know, they reach out to us, we come and help and assist. If there's a major accident, you know, they come and help and assist in that way. You also have truck enforcement, and you have compliance unit. And compliance is mainly surveying throughout the 5 boroughs any type of construction that takes place, or activity rather, that those contractors are abiding by what
the
they're
law.
permitted to do.
Cool.
And if not, then that's when compliance comes out and you know, enforces what needs to be enforced.
And keeping in mind that people of this fitness could be looking for a job, what's the requirement for fitness and recruitment?
Okay, well, you have to be over the age of 18, and there's no maximum age with that. So that you can be, you know, 50s, 60s, there's no maximum age.
And still get to serve with NYPD?
Yes, yes.
Oh, that's a huge news.
As a
Upper age limit koi nahi hai.
As a traffic agent, yes.
Okay.
So you need to have a high school diploma or a GED or equivalent education. Now, there are services available that can evaluate education from overseas.
Okay.
So those who are educated overseas, they can go through this equating process and have their credits evaluated. And
okay, hold on. So ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਾਹਰੋਂ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਹੋਏ ਹੋ, ਗ੍ਰੈਜੂਏਟ ਹੈਗੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂ ਸਕੂਲਿੰਗ ਚੰਗੀ ਹੋਈ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਵੀ ਉਹਦੀ ਇਕੁਇਵਲੈਂਟ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਥੇ ਟੈਸਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਸਕਦਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਨਵੇਂ ਸਿਰੋਂ ਪੜ੍ਹਨਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਏਗਾ. Alright, so I'm just translating it for my Punjabi audience also. Please continue.
Sure, okay, so we went over the age and the education requirements. You have to first pass a written examination.
Okay.
A written exam. It's 85 questions. You have to achieve a score of 70% to pass. And then from there...
So do you have to know the city to be a traffic officer?
No. I mean, the topics covered on the exam is information ordering, there's spatial orientation map questions, some sign-related questions, some traffic-related questions.
So your level of attitude is checked, how inclined you are to be a good officer.
That is correct, right. You know, there is material that's out there that you can get at your local library, or you could purchase it online to help you prepare for this exam. Like I said, you need a 70 to pass the exam, and then from there, once you pass the written exam, there's a background investigation, a you know, medical and drug screening, you know, character investigation that you need to pass, you know, which is, you know, similar to most other governmental jobs, the process that you have to go through. And then once you pass all those processes, you then move into the police academy for your training portion.
All right. And how long is this training for?
Is it 11 weeks? Agent Figueroa actually knows better than I do.
It's about 2.5 to 3 months.
Okay.
Approximately, yeah.
So close to 3 months, and then if pass training, you are a traffic agent, and
Right.
you can get
There's
to work.
a graduation ceremony. You get to be placed in your. They have what's called like a dream sheet. You get to select which borough you want to work at, and out of that they place you.
Alright. So ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਛੋਟੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਰੁਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਵਾਪਸ ਆਵਾਂਗੇ ਔਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਤਨਖਾਹ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਪ੍ਰੈਸ਼ਰ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਕੁ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦਾ, ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਸ ਜੌਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਹੋਰ ਰਿਸਪੌਂਸਿਬਿਲਿਟੀਜ਼ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹੋ, ਇਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਵਾਪਸ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਦਾ ਸਿਲਸਿਲਾ ਫਿਰ ਜਾਰੀ ਹੈ। ਮੁੱਦਾ ਦੇ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਐਪੀਸੋਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਿਊਯਾਰਕ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਡਿਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਟ੍ਰੈਫਿਕ ਏਜੰਟ ਬਣਨ ਦੇ ਢੰਗ, ਉਹਦੀ ਟ੍ਰੇਨਿੰਗ, ਉਸਦੀਆਂ ਤਨਖਾਹਾਂ, ਉਹਦੀਆਂ ਜ਼ਿੰਮੇਦਾਰੀਆਂ ਔਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਕਰੀਅਰ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਵੱਡੀ ਓਪਰਚੁਨਿਟੀ ਨਿਊਯਾਰਕ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ। ਔਰ ਨਿਊਯਾਰਕ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਦੇ ਆਫਸਰਸ ਨੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਮਾਂ ਕੱਢਿਆ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ, ਸਾਡੇ ਸਟੂਡੀਓ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਉਣ ਦੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ। ਸੋ ਇਸ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਰੀ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਲੈਫਟੀਨੈਂਟ ਐਰਿਕ ਸੈਂਡਰਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ, ਸੈਂਡਸੈਥ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ, ਔਰ ਨਾਲ ਦੀ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਟ੍ਰੈਫਿਕ ਏਜੰਟ ਐਲੀਅਟ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ। ਸੋ ਲੈਟ ਮੀ ਕਮ ਟੂ ਯੂ ਵਾਂਸ ਅਗੇਨ। Once you get recruited, you get trained, and you get on the street to work. There's one important question which everyone has in their mind. How much do you earn to start with?
Approximately 30,000 a year.
Yeah.
Then after 1 year, it goes up because at that time you'll be appointed to become a level 2.
Okay.
Which those are the individuals that are out there directing traffic, and they potentially earn up to 38,000 a year.
So within 1 year, you go up to 38 from 30,000.
Right.
Which is like more than 30% upgrade. Close to 30%.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice.
That's
Please go ahead. That's a good news.
Yeah. That's what they're projecting out there right now with the contract. But each level has their own base salary, and it is adjusted differently based on the contract. So,
and even though you have a lot of staff, a lot of people working with you, people end up doing overtime also.
yes.
And do they get paid separate for that?
Well, it's incorporated, included, but the overtime makes a difference.
Yes.
And you know what I just mentioned earlier; those are just the base salary. So when they're doing overtime, you know, they do see a big difference. Yeah.
ਸੋ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕੁੱਲ ਮਿਲਾ ਕੇ ਪੈਕੇਜ ਆ ਉਹ ਕਹਿਣ ਨੂੰ 30,000 ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਉਹ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਕਿਤੇ ਵੀ ਜਾ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ, ਔਰ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਸਾਲ ਦਾ ਆ। ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਦੀ ਗਰੋਥ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ ਉਹ ਡਿਪੈਂਡ ਕਰਦੀ ਆ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੰਮ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਵੀ ਔਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰਮੋਸ਼ਨਸ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਵੀ। ਪਰ ਇਹ ਸੋਚੋ ਕਿ ਜੇ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਸਾਲ 'ਚ 30,000 ਲੈ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਔਰ ਅਗਲੇ ਸਾਲ 38,000 ਤੇ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ, ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਗਰੋਥ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਤੇਜ਼ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਓਵਰ ਟਾਈਮ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਜ਼ਿੰਮੇਦਾਰੀਆਂ ਲੈਣੀਆਂ, ਐਂਡ ਦੈਨ ਪ੍ਰਮੋਸ਼ਨਸ ਦੀਆਂ ਪੋਸੀਬਿਲਿਟੀਜ਼। ਸੋ ਯੂ ਟਾਕਡ ਅ ਲਿਟਲ ਅਬਾਊਟ ਦ ਪ੍ਰਮੋਸ਼ਨਸ ਐਂਡ ਰੈਂਕਸ। ਕੈਨ ਵੀ ਗੋ ਅ ਲਿਟਲ ਮੋਰ ਇਨ ਡੀਟੇਲ?
Yeah, sure. So basically, level 1. They're ticket writers. They're the ones who enforce the signs, parking regulated signs.
Okay.
Then you have level 2s. They're intersection control. Their main function is to keep traffic
Regulate
flowing,
the traffic.
and regulate the traffic, and ensuring the safety of pedestrians as they're crossing the streets. We also have bicyclists too, so we gotta make sure everyone's safe. Then you have level 3s who are tow truck operators. Speaking about that, in order to if you get appointed to become a level 3, you need a W endorsement.
Okay.
Along with your driver's license.
And what's that? That's for the heavy vehicles.
Right. To be able to operate that tow truck.
Okay.
And level 4s, they consist of 3 different components. One, you could be the help unit, and they go and help assist little minor things like broken down vehicle, help a broken down vehicle that needs a jump, battery's dead, things
or
of that
somebody
nature.
needs a medical help or something.
Yeah,
or
they call for assistance, things of that nature. Yes. Then you have truck enforcement.
Okay.
And also compliance. And compliance is basically a unit that go throughout the 5 boroughs, and their main function is to make sure that any contractors out there that are doing construction are abiding by what is indicated in their permit. And then after that, you have supervisor positions. It could be a TS1, which is equivalent to a sergeant. TS2 is equivalent to a captain, and a TS3 is equivalent to an executive officer. and then you have manager, which is equivalent to a commanding officer.
Okay, I would like to talk about how you guys arrange for parades. That's a huge responsibility in this city, which is an integral part of the New York City life. But most important thing I want to talk about right now is there are 4 different exams coming up for traffic agents. Would you like to give us the detailed information?
Yeah, I'll answer that one.
Please.
We have exams scheduled for the rest of the city's fiscal year. So the way we're operating right now, we're giving an exam throughout the month of September.
Okay.
Then we're going to, during the month of October, offer the school safety agent exam, which is a different civilian position. Now in November, we're going to offer a traffic agent exam again, and we're going to go on this alternating schedule until June of next year. So every other month, there'll be an opportunity to join NYPD traffic, and in the alternating months, we'll offer the school safety exam.
ਸੋ ਹਰ ਦੂਜੇ ਮਹੀਨੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਟ੍ਰੈਫਿਕ ਏਜੰਟ ਬਣਨ ਦਾ ਮੌਕਾ ਮਿਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਔਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮਹੀਨਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੈਪ ਵਾਲਾ ਆ ਉਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਕੂਲ ਸੇਫਟੀ ਏਜੰਟ ਬਣਨ ਦਾ ਮੌਕਾ ਮਿਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਨਿਊਯਾਰਕ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਡਿਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਨੰਬਰ 1 ਨੰਬਰ 2 ਪੀਡੀਸੀ ਨਿਊਜ਼ ਤੇ ਫੇਸਬੁੱਕ ਪੇਜ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਲਗਾਤਾਰ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਗਈ ਹੈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਫੋਟੋਜ਼ ਵੀ ਮੌਜੂਦ ਨੇ ਸਕੈਜੂਲ ਵੀ ਮੌਜੂਦ ਨੇ ਟ੍ਰੈਫਿਕ ਏਜੰਟ ਦੇ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮ ਨੇ ਔਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਤੋਂ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਡਿਟੇਲ 'ਚ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਸੋ ਵੈਨ ਵੀ ਟਾਕ ਅਬਾਊਟ ਟ੍ਰੈਫਿਕ ਸੇਫਟੀ ਏਜੰਟਸ the training part, as we talked about earlier also, do they get training for medical emergencies and support also?
Well, not necessarily. They just get training on how to write the ticket properly. When out there engaging in traffic, how to transmit proper radio responses.
Okay.
And you know, that's their main function basically. When
So,
training for those 2 specific ranks.
All right. As I talked about earlier, New York City is famous for its parades. How tough is it to manage those parades, and how involved are the traffic department in that?
Well, the first line guys are the police officers, and then we're the second line. So it comes from up top, and it's filtered out through our bosses, and that's how it's organized on where they want us and where they place us, usually by street closures and things of that nature, and the detour of whatever is set in place for the traffic to flow.
When we talk about benefits, there are a lot of support that you provide to your whole force. Every single person is supported by the whole force. So can we talk about those benefits which are there for the employees in New York Police Department?
Sure. Traffic agents and any other civilian employees we have, they receive full health benefits from day one. From day one of your employment, you're covered, and your spouse, your children are covered.
The whole family.
That's correct.
That's a huge news. That's a very important news. ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਪੂਰੀ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਦੀ ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਉਸ ਦਿਨ ਤੋਂ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਿਸ ਦਿਨ ਤੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਡਿਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਜੌਬ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਕਦਮ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਹੋ right from the first day.
Right from the first day, and like I spoke about, it's health benefits, but also dental benefits and vision, and it's at a
you need the smiles.
Yes, absolutely, and it's at a very small cost to the participants. Some of private sector employees, you have to pay a significant sum of money out of your check for these benefits. With us, it's a very, very minimal cost, and then, like I said, it covers your whole family from day one.
And a lot of forces across the world, especially in America, are worried about their retirements, their pensions, and their security. How is it going on with the New York Police Department?
Okay, well, we also offer a pension plan for the traffic agents. It's called the 6310 plan, which means you have to be age 63 with 10 years of service to retire with a pension. Now, on top of that, we also have something called a deferred compensation plan, where you can put money into a 457 plan, which is tax deferred. So that's a way you can supplement your pension income with your own savings.
Cool. Okay, ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਫਿਰ ਦੱਸ ਦਿੰਨਾ ਆ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਪੈਨਸ਼ਨ ਪਲਾਨਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਬੈਨੀਫਿਟਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਵਾਂਸ ਅਗੇਨ ਰਾਈਟ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਦਿਨ ਤੋਂ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਫੋਰਸ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਖੜੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹੋ ਟ੍ਰੇਨਿੰਗ ਦਾ ਲੈਵਲ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆ ਪੂਰੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਚੋਟੀ ਦਾ ਆ ਮੈਂ ਫਿਰ ਦੱਸ ਦਵਾਂ ਅੱਜ ਤੱਕ ਇਹ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਖੁਦ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸੁਣਨ ਨੂੰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਆਫਿਸਰਸ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਮਿਲ ਚੁੱਕੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇਹ ਸਟੇਟ ਛੱਡ ਕੇ ਜਾਂ ਨਿਊਯਾਰਕ ਸਿਟੀ ਛੱਡ ਕੇ ਕਿਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਹੋਰ ਥਾਵਾਂ ਦੀ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਫੋਰਸ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਟ੍ਰੇਨਿੰਗ ਲਈ ਜਾਂ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮ ਲਈ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ NYPD ਦੇ ਟ੍ਰੇਨਡ ਹੋ ਸੋ ਇਹ ਇੱਕ ਵੱਡੀ ਓਪਰਚੁਨਿਟੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ I'm going to request you to stay with us for another episode, but before you go, what's your message to our audience?
Basically, this is a great job. if you're looking for a stable and secure job, this is a great way to start. And it's many room to grow in this department, and you get benefits, you get paid vacation, paid holidays, and you can't beat that.
How many of them are there?
Say again?
How many holidays are there?
How many?
Vacations.
Oh, vacation? You get, I think, 12 vacation days a year. Yeah.
Cool. That's a good news. That's a good news. You get paid vacations. Every benefit. And important thing, let me remind you again, Punjabis belong to a martial creed. ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੜੇ ਜੋਸ਼ ਵਾਲੇ ਹੁੰਨੇ ਆ, ਅਸੀਂ ਬੜੇ ਤਗੜੇ ਹੁੰਨੇ ਆ, ਤੇ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਦੀਆਂ ਫੋਰਸਸ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਖੁਦ ਸੱਦਾ ਦੇ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨੇ। ਇੱਕ ਸਿਕਿਉਰ ਜੌਬ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ, you can contribute into the society, you can teach your children how to be a good citizen, you can be a good citizen contributing into the society. So it's an open invite for you. ਔਰ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਲੈਣੀ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨਿਊਯਾਰਕ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਦੇ ਵੈਬਸਾਈਟ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। Any particular Facebook page or website you want to talk to, tell them where they can go and get the information?
Oh yeah, we have all the major social media platforms we have an account on. So that would be Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, where under the username NYPD Recruit, and that's where you could find the latest information about exams or events that we're holding, any type of hiring seminars that we're going to be sponsoring. That's where you would go. In addition, we have a 212 Recruit hotline that you can call and speak to a recruiter. Monday to Friday from 7 in the morning till 6 o'clock in the evening. And we have a website, nyc.gov/NYPD, where you can read about not just traffic, but all the other titles in the agency that we're hiring for.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us, and we'll have you again. Once again, thank you for being with us and conveying this information. So once again, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਨੇ, ਚਾਹੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ Instagram ਤੇ ਹੋ, ਚਾਹੇ Twitter ਤੇ ਹੋ, ਚਾਹੇ Facebook ਤੇ ਹੋ, ਜਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟ NYPD ਦੀ ਵੈਬਸਾਈਟ ਤੋਂ ਲੈਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ, 212 ਰਿਕਰੂਟ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਈਜ਼ੀ ਆਪਸ਼ਨ ਹੈਗੀ, ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਾਲ ਕਰਕੇ ਰਿਕਰੂਟਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਫਿਲਹਾਲ ਇਸ ਐਪੀਸੋਡ 'ਚ ਇਜਾਜ਼ਤ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਅਗਲੇ ਐਪੀਸੋਡ 'ਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਸਪੀਕਿੰਗ ਅਫਸਰ ਦੀ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ ਕਰਾਵਾਂਗੇ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਹੋਰ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਡਿਟੇਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਾਕੀ ਕਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਜੌਬਸ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ NYPD ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਬਾਕੀ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਦੱਸਣਗੇ। ਫਿਲਹਾਲ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ।